there, YouTube, it's Justin the Snap-on Junkie. How the fuck are you guys doing today?
You're all still here.
Motherfucker, I'll be back from the dead soon.
Ah, fuck. Well, today we got a little bit of another repair video. Again, we're working on lift axles. I'm sorry that lately that's all I've been fucking doing, but we've had some lift axle issues that we're trying to get fixed and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you kind of the ins and outs of the lift axles on the Sterling. They're very similar on the Western Star. It's just an older style. These are different ones. So we broke some beams and shit, and now we got to fix those. And since the beams are broke, I'm going to show you another thing that you need to replace from time to time on these motherfuckers. You know, some bushings and shit. So we're going to go through this because, you know, like I said, I've never done these bushings, but we'll figure it out. It looks pretty easy. It's just two-piece bushings is what they call it, so you don't have to like press anything in or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and try to knock this project out. Alrighty, YouTube, as you can see, this is what we're fixing today right here. This beam is broke, and you can tell that the bushings are a little shot. So let's go ahead and get this beam out of there. Get the air on it. Oh, what the fuck here? Is this inch and an eighth, inch and an eighth? Shit, hold on here. That's exactly what it is. What the shit? Hold on here, we're gonna have to get in here and really take a look at this. This was kind of pain in the ass here. So, the problem is that these bushings are really wore out here. Yeah, like that's not supposed to be like that. So, that's junk. And the biggest thing they said was sometimes this bushing will get froze in there, so that's no good. So let's work on, we're going to take this axle apart first. Jesus Christ, this sucks. Oh, there we go. This is the right size. Oh, this is not going to be good. So we're going to have to get old painless out on this one, I do believe, here in a second. And then let me take this one off. See if we can get... Alright. Fucking A, man. Jesus Christ. Once you get it going, it's not too bad. Oh, we might have to break out the 3/4 gun here. Son of a bitch. Come on. Alrighty guys, we gotta go get the 3/4 gun here. Alright, we got the 3/4 gun out. Let's see what we can do with this. Woo! Okay. Got that one. There we go. 3/4. Okay. So as you guys can see, there's the one that we're going to replace the bushing. It's put all new bolts in and stuff. I'm going to go back in the workbench area and show you how to do this. Well, this bushing down here was so loose, it just came out. And you can see that these bushings are pretty much junk. So this is a 2-piece bushing. So how I get them out is with Old Painless. So then you just kind of push it out. Alrighty. So now that we got it out of there, these are aluminum, so they're kind of fucked up. But this is what I got to work with. So, you know, each one of these arms from Henderson is $600 for this aluminum fucking shit. So now we need to get a hammer, big dead blow, and I just been dead blowing that one in, and then we'll dead blow. Well, fuck. These are a little bit tricky to get in. These 4-link bars are pretty used up. This truck's pretty old, so you know it is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? Difficult here. Let's see if we got, yeah, because what the problem is that these are all egged out. Okay, we'll try a different way. So let's use the vise like a press and see if we can get them to go in that way. Oh, yeah. Then what we'll do is we'll just Tighten that up. Okay, so then they give you a little bit of this grease that comes with it. So what I like to do, and the only thing that I can think it's for, is to grease this thing to get it to go in this bushing. Obviously, this is going to be pretty tight here. So again, what we're going to do is just get it all right. As you can see, that's how you get the bushings in there. Okay, them in right there. So I'm just going to repeat this 3 more times, and then I'll go put them on, and then I'm going to show you the difference between rebushing and not rebushing. So that will be that, and then what we'll do is get up in the cab and fix the number 2 lift axle. Then we'll get that one up and out of the way, and we'll work on number 1 lift axle, because I got to do the same thing to that one. So now that we got this, we got the bearings pushed in there, and then we have to get this lined up. Okay, that one's in there. Put our nut and washer on from the inside here. Alright, we're going to need a hammer here. Okay, then what you got to do is do the bottom one here. Alright, we got to go get a hammer. Alrighty, got a hammer. And we got to try to get this in. There we go. Now we got to put the top one in. There. Got to line a hole up there. Let's put the back in first here. Okay, that'll take up some of the weight, because what there is a there's like a shim thing in there. Okay, now we got that. Okay, now we'll put all the bolts on, or the nuts. If I can get it started, there we go. All right, so there's that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to get in there and wiggle this airbag in there first. Get that kind of bolted up there, if you will, and then we will run these bolts and washers down. As you can see, I got that thing wiggled in there, and then how this works is there's some bolt holes that we got to try to find. Let me see if I can get this. So there's this one. These are a little bit simpler bags than the ones on the Western Star. The Western Star sucks. There's that one. Now we're just going to run these in. All right, now all we got to do is, I don't want to use the 3/4, so I'm going to take that off. I'm going to put my 1/2 inch on. All right, now let's run this up and see if we can get these tight. Two. Alrighty. Then we got to do the inside ones here. Alright. That one's tight. Shit. Alrighty, now what we can do is check that that is a lot more solid. Now once I do the other side, we're going to get a lot more solid again, and you know, we'll have this lift axle done here in a little bit. So I won't film the other side. I will show you that next. But then I'll just show you once we get the lift axle done, and we got to change a box in the front of the truck, which is pretty easy. And then this is going easier than I thought. You know, it's not as loose as it was before. So let's move over to the other side. So we got all the bushings fixed on the second lift axle. Now what we got to do is, as you can see, the lift axle does not move around. So part of the problem is that these lift axle bushings are going bad, and I knew that. I just, you know, didn't know how much the bushings were. So the bushing kit is $330 for this bushing kit, and then you can see they're pretty easy to change and all that stuff. It's not that big a deal. The hardest part is getting them lined up. So you can see that this axle doesn't move when it has no air pressure on it. Now I'm going to show you what we kind of came from and what we're trying to fix. Sorry for the lighting change, but so this is the #1 lift axle, right? And we have no air in this motherfucker and all this shit. And see that? So when this axle is bouncing down the road, it's not sitting real right. And then what it does is it wears out everything else. So what we're trying to do is get these bushings fixed, you know, so our lift axles are good. Now I got to go in the cab and change a control box on the number 2 lift axle, and I'll show you how to do that. That's real easy. These Henderson control boxes aren't too bad. As you guys can see, we're going to repeat the same process on axle number 1. I don't think you need to see that again. You got to kind of got an idea how they go back together and all that stuff. It's not too hard. But anyway, let me go in here in the cab. I'm going to change the number 2 lift axle control box, and then we'll air the truck up and get these axles up out of the way, and it'll be a lot better to work on this number 1 lift axle. So let's get ready, and we'll get up there and do that. Here is the number 2 lift axle controller. So what you got to do is pull this motherfucker up out of here, and then I like to use one of these 90-degree pliers and see if we can get okay, got one off. Okay, got 2 off. There's only 3 that hook into this. It's got to be the fucking... Okay, so we got that out of the way. Now what we got to do is get rid of this thing. From time to time these things get fucked up, and then you just have to, you know, redo them. So then what you do is you hook the green into that. Don't know what the hell that was. Okay, then you just got to shove this stuff back down in there. Oh, that was the old lift axle control box. So then it's just these number 3 Phillips screws here. All dump trucks have a box like this. The Western store actually doesn't. It's got, it was a factory built dump truck, and it already had, you know, like lift axles from Western store on it. And that thing's got some really cool, like, electric switches and all that shit. It makes it real nice. So, that's changing the lift box. That's changing, you know, we got this changed. So, we're done with that. Now what we got to do is start the truck up, and then we'll air this stuff up and lift the number 2 and 3 lift axles up. as you can tell, I was working on the first lift axle there, and she is a fightness. She is going kicking and screaming. So what happened is that you know, obviously this fits in there, then the bolt fits in there. Well, what happens is, I guess this gets full of fucking rust and whatnot, you know, and I tried all the arsenal that I had, the snap-on air hammer, grinder. So finally what I had to do is just fucking cut the bastard off. Alright, and then I started air hammering it off, and then it broke the bracket. So, what we were going to do is, I thought, you know, I know you guys like the welding stuff, so I thought I'd show you how we're going to weld this up. Now, I'm going to TIG it, you know what I'm saying? Most people would want to MIG it, but fuck that. You know, I'm into, you know, nice looking shit. You know, so what I'm going to do is melt all this back in, and then, you know, weld this up here. So, as you can tell, this has been a fucking enjoyment of a day, to be honest with you. It's not that these bushings are hard to change. It's, man, if the bolt gets froze up in there, you are fucked. You know? So, let me get all this fucking... I got shit laying everywhere. It's going to take me about 2 hours to get all this mess cleaned up. So, let me get the welder fired up here, and I'll come back to you. I'm just going to tack it. Just get it tacked for right now, and then I'll run a bead in it. I got it tacked here. Now I'm just gonna, you know, melt this shit back together real quick here and fucking bolt this thing back on. Go on, Dak. Yeah, it's got some holes where it's got some porosity and dirt in it, and I'm just trying to fill those. Then what I will do is flip it around. Oh yeah, there's some dirt. He's fucking moving. Alright, let me see where... Alright. Alrighty. Now let's flip this thing over here, and we'll weld up the backside where it's cracked here. Sometimes you gotta let it, with this little welder, sometimes you gotta let it resync. Yeah, I'm trying to burn this in pretty fucking hot to fix this. And we're gonna have to freehand this section up here. This is gonna suck. Like right here on this kind of TIG welding stuff, I got the machine running really hot amperage for what I'm doing, and I'm not really concerned about how it looks like, what it looks like right now. I am trying to get the material melted together because it's not like two plates, it's actually that we're melting more weld that's on there. So what I'm trying to do is cut this new material in, but I'm getting it hot enough to melt some of the old weld and all that stuff. That's what I'm trying to do here. So, you know, we only got just a little bit to go. So I'm not adding much filler rod. I'm just, when it gets a big hole, a porosity or anything like that, dirt, that's what I'm filling. So, we got it welded up here and all that stuff. That's really all I wanted to do, is melt, you know, get good penetration. So I burn this in really hot. You know, I'm not really about, you know, this is not about laying dimes right here. This is not something that somebody's gonna see or anything like that. What I'm trying to do is, when you're welding on top of weld, it gets really difficult there, because this weld melts hotter than the actual steel does. So you got to get it hot to get it penetrated down in there, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So now that we got this bracket fixed, we got the goddamn fucked up bolt out. I'm going to clean up the welding stuff, let this cool off, put this back on the truck, put the, you know, the arms back on, bolt everything back up, and then, you know, I'll talk to you guys at the end, because we got some cool stuff, you know. I started a Facebook group and a Facebook page called The Snap-on Junkie. You guys should go check that out, become a member. The group stuff is I am showing a lot of behind the scenes pictures and whatnot and all that shit. I'll be, you know, posting to there along with Instagram. But I just wanted to say, you know, go to the Snap-on Junkie on Facebook. I have a group and a page. Like both of them. You know, I much appreciate it, guys. So let's let this thing cool off and fucking get back at it here, because I got about an hour and a half and the truck's got to be to where I'm working tonight to haul asphalt. So, whoo! Wish me luck. I hope you guys enjoyed the video of me replacing the lift axle bushings. I hope you understand how to do it. The bushings really aren't the problem. Like I said, that lift axle, that one was becoming a motherfucker. Man, that thing was being a little bitch. But I won. I fucking got her. You know, like, the guys told me when I bought the bushing that I was gonna have to watch out for one to get seized in there, you know, and yep, the last one that you touch was seized in there. But luckily I won and got that all out. Got the lift axles all fixed. The truck went to work tonight. So that's a positive thing. But just remember, guys, if I can tackle these projects, you can too. If you own a dump truck there at your shop, you're going to need a plethora of tools. You know, you're going to have to pull some tricks out to get that done. I'm sure if you did this every day, you would probably laugh at us and say, fuck, you know, Junkie, I can do those in my sleep. But this is the first time that I've ever done that, you know, and I'm fucking wore out. I haven't used my arms that much in a long time. That thing beat the fuck out of me. But anyway, that's how you change that. You know, they charge about $700 labor each lift axle to change that. So I saved myself $1,400. And the bushing kits, both bushing kits were like $650 together. So that's 300 some odd dollars something, you know. But we got that, you know, that's near here or there. But I'm just showing you that this stuff for trucking stuff is fucking expensive, you know, like just outrageous. But anyway, let's see. what else we got going on? Yeah, like I said earlier in the video, I started a Facebook group called the Snap-on Junkie. Go follow me there. I'm going to be using that as kind of like the Instagram thing too. We're going to post behind the scene pictures. I also, all my live events now will be on Facebook Live. I think it's a lot easier to do. And what's cool about Facebook is the comments show up. So as, you know, I'm reading, you know, you guys can ask me questions and stuff. And I'm going to pop in on the Facebook Live thing every once in a while. And I am going to be doing it on the Snap-on Collectors too. So if you guys are a member of that, I'm going to have live events. I think Joel's going to do some too. Just to, you know, interact with you guys over Facebook. So it's more, you know, that's where I want to do my live streaming. I'm probably not going to do it on YouTube anymore. Very rarely. But it'll be on Facebook. Because a lot more people have Facebook and stuff and whatever. We already have one monitor, Kevin Gibson. He's a great dude. I made him administrator so he can approve people when I'm sleeping. But I'll be looking for some more later as the page grows. But so it's just the snaponjunkie.com. There's also a Facebook page called the Snap-on Junkie. I did that one too. You know, but I haven't posted anything to that yet. It's hard to, it's fucking, you don't need to know. But anyway, so that's about that. You know, like always, go to my Instagram page and now my Facebook groups. I will try to get the links into the description of the video of the new stuff there. So you guys, it'll just be an easy point and click thing. But I think that's all I got for today. You know, I'm whooped. I'm going home. I've been down here. That took me about 10:30 in the morning. I started on these trucks, and it took me till 6:40 to get that done. Both lift axles. So it's a full day work to get those things apart, you know, because fuck. But I hope you guys enjoy this little repair video. Like always, guys, thank you for watching today, and I will see you on the next one.
You're all still here.